channel, Cosmic Insight Astrology. My name is Christina. If you have a Virgo rising, Virgo sun, or Virgo moon, this is your 2023 astrology forecast. All right, Virgos, let's see what kind of opportunities will arise for you and what kind of challenges you will actually need to face in 2023. So there is a little bit of business over here. I'm doing right now the 2023 detailed and dissected every single month, really detailed horoscope. It's going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours, some of them maybe even 2.5 hours, and it will be up for purchase, and you will be capable to buy it for $5 at the beginning, each individual signs, or you will be able to purchase all the 12 signs for $50. And after 2 months, it's going to be available for $11.99. All right, guys, let's see what is 2023 look like for you. So here it is. If you have a Virgo rising, Virgo sun, or Virgo moon, then the month going to start for you with, and let me go back a little bit. I'm going to animate this chart. So I'm gonna go back by days because because of the new year going to start for you with a Capricorn stellium. And so let's see, January 1st, 2023. And let's animate this chart. Here is your stellium in Capricorn on your 5th house. So what is 5th house? 5th house actually is talking about children, your joy, your creativity. It's talking about prices, and it's connected with prices like lottery tickets or gambling prices. And it's also talking about intimate relationship, your mojo, your romantic life, romance, your lovers, and investment as well. So let's see that stellium in Capricorn going to manifest for you here. So Capricorn ruled by Saturn. Saturn in your 6th house. So this is investment and children. Saturn is limitation. Saturn is delays. Saturn is fears. Saturn could be death as well. However, it's also endurance. It's also discipline. It's also reward after hard work. So Saturn is not all bad. It's ambition as well. So, if you are working hard for something, you will sure see the reward for it. But if you leap a step, if you are not really hard worker, then that Saturn can punish us. In the 5th house matter, that's Saturnian stellium, but you have Sun, Mercury. Mercury is children, sales, communication. Pluto is transformation, sex, death, other people's money. And Venus. Venus also is money or love attraction. And Sun is your vitality, that is your self-esteem, that is your that is your life, that is representing your individuality, your essential self. So in the 5th house, it could represent like you going to work harder toward to a creative project, or you might going to seek for a doctor, a surgeon opinion because you want to get a baby and you might have some kind of restriction with it. So maybe you going to need an IVF, or maybe you need some kind of adjustment, surgical adjustment in January, so later on you will be capable to conceive the baby. So this is investment as well. As I said, Pluto and Venus conjunction here, and Mercury can represent sales as well, and it could represent cars as well. And 5th house is sports car, something which is flashy, something what can race as well, but something more like flashy, because it's ruled by Leo, and Leo are like glamorous and flashy. So it could represent like I going to have the foundation or get the mortgage or get the money or win the money to have a flashy car, or I going to have the money because I invested previously in something and it's paying off my hard work, my endurance, my discipline going to pay off, because perhaps what I invested in was up and down, but I was not scared. Saturn is fierce, but I was not scared and I left the money in and it's going to pay off. Pluto could be something with mining. And Venus is definitely could be some kind of jewelry as well. It's Saturn rules. So Saturn rules watches and watchmakers. So it could also like I going to invest, or I invested the jewelry, which was a watch, or it could be some kind of Venusian energy, so some kind of diamonds. And then right now, it actually went through a huge increase. And I don't know, I bought it for $100,000, but right now it's worth more than $500,000. So it could be very significant for you here, that investment that you paid off before. But also it's joy. So it could indicate Pluto is other people's money, right? It could indicate a credit card. Okay. And the credit card, maybe it was a point system or whatever. And right now you will have enough point to enjoy the life, enjoy your life with kind of point system, with kind of credit card, because you are getting back points and maybe you're gonna travel with that. So some kind of situation like that as well could appear for you. But definitely, if we are checking medical astrology over here, it is hard. And Capricorn is restriction with Saturn, Pluto is transformation and surgery. It could represent some kind of like, all right, some of you might going to have to go through a bypass or a heart surgery or a valve or something like that. So because of fifth house also glamour, and by Leo, because glamour usually is Pisces and Neptune, but Leo as well, very glamorous sign. And so it could indicate some kind of plastic surgery as well, because I want to look more beautiful. And like I going to invest, I have the money, I waited enough to do that kind of surgery. It could be fifth house is intimacy, Pluto is sex, Venus is making yourself more sexier, more through a surgery. It could be any reproductive surgeries as well. Like, for example, I'm going to have a vasectomy, I'm going to have a vaginal rejuvenation or whatever it is, but it could represent that one as well. I'm just telling you a lot of opportunities, what could, possibilities, what this stellium can actually create. But creativity, transformation in creativity, definitely it is a must over here. So, all right. And let's talk about Mars a little bit. So Mars is in your 10th house of career. So Mars is, very abruptive energy. It rules actually Aries, which is like the beginning of the zodiac sign. So it's representing age 0 to 1 or 0 to 7 years in human stage. So it's really useful. It's really, it needs a lot of attention, craves for attention, impulsive. This is the warrior, the courage in us. And like it's also representing fire and energy in your 10th house of career. And actually it's in Gemini. In Gemini it's like brainstorming, restlessness. And in 10th house it could occur like, all right, I might have some kind of issue at work when I hurt myself at work. So you might be a firefighter and you burn your limbs, or you might be someone who had actually a job-related accident and you will need to to seek for justice because of that, okay? And so it's gonna go direct on January 12th, but it's going to move out from Gemini March 24th, and beginning of March, it's going to go out from shadow. So it's swinging back and forth in Gemini for 7 months in your 10th house of career. You're going to be more verbal, more assertive, more influential with your words. So you're not going to be scared. You might even going to start to yell at work, like telling your needs and definitely more assertive. You're going to ask for what you think you desire. So it's not bad actually, but it's career, it's your reputation. So when it's, you might want to be a little bit careful the way you word things because it could actually backfire. So yeah, that would be a little bit of downside, sorry side of this Gemini Mars in retrograde in your 10th house, Virgo. So just careful, or what you put on social media, because Gemini is social media as well. So be careful what you are putting out for public, because it could ruin your reputation. Okay, so let's talk about the big events here. And the big events are going to happen March 7th, when Saturn going to move to Pisces, to your 7th house, Virgo. 7th house is one-on-one relationship, marriage, business partnership, and one-on-one friendship. Saturn is limitation, restriction, delays, fears, death. Saturn over here could indicate like some kind of divorce because of my partner is using drugs or alcohol, or I use drugs or alcohol, and that's why I'm going to have to divorce, or they're going to divorce me, separate me. It could also indicate some kind of restriction in the relationship. It could be some kind of spiritual disagreement with my partner or with my business partner, like we don't agree on some kind of religious or spiritual beliefs, and it could be a conflict over there. But on the other hand, 7th house ruled by Libra, and Libra also justice as well, like the scale, which side is it going to go? So yeah, definitely Saturn over there could bring in justice. Saturn is also, as I said before, you don't have to necessarily fear Saturn because it's endurance and it is a good work ethic. So it could be like, I have to work hard on my relationship to fulfill. And so let's see what is Pisces over here. Pisces ruled by Neptune, which is glamour, which is money, which is, because it's a higher octave of Venus, so it's representing money as well. It's representing filmmaking, it's representing art, it's representing the unprivileged, it's representing hospitals, prisons, orphanages, and all the homeless shelters, all the unprivileged, right? So in the 7th house, it could, and it's ruled by also Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, the planet of, religion, and it rules Sagittarius as well, and it's very happy over there. So that's the daytime rule, Sagittarius, and it is like traveling. So it could represent like you're going to be restricted a little bit with traveling and with your partner, because you might want it to, or the business travel will be restricted somehow, and it's going to have to go under magnify glasses. Do I need to spend money on that right now? Or like that kind of situation. So traveling could be just because of Jupiter rules Pisces, and because of Neptune over here. And wherever Saturn goes there, I tend to say that like it sucks you dry. So it could indicate like maybe your partner suck you dry, and it's representing like you doing everything in the relationship, and you are the one who always sacrifice, you are the hard worker, and and you will have enough, and you will need to adjust that, or you will need to talk about that. But when Saturn is in Pisces, it's not necessarily going to be capable to talk about that with a partner, because Pisces is delusional, illusional, doesn't want to talk. It's actually escaping from reality. So there could be like you or want to adjust that, you want to talk about issues, and your partner actually lives in illusion and doesn't want to, doesn't see there is any necessity to talk about issues here. So yeah, that could be another situation for you. But I wanted to also mention at 4 degrees Pisces, we have a fixed star, and that's formal heart. And that's a royal fixed star. It's representing the south, and it's representing Archangel Gabriel. And the south is the success in Feng Shui, actually. And Archangel Gabriel actually is the messenger of God. It is giving you clarity. If you lost some kind of a path in your life, so it is giving you clarity and will clear up the way you are looking at your relationship or business partnership. So you might not be like you had some issues with your relationship and you might want it to break up or file for divorce or whatever it is, or let go of that business partnership. It doesn't serve you anymore. You are tired of it. You are exhausted. But then if you are going to pray for Gabriel, then it's going to actually open your eye and help you to connect with the divine and help you to give you clarity in this matter. So just go ahead and just ask for help and pray. Ask and it's given, right? Law of attraction. But formal heart is in a critical degree because of mutable sign. 4 degrees is an anaretic degree, critical degree, and Saturn over here going to conjunct 3 times with formal heart. And why? Because it's going to go back and forth. It's going to retrograde back on July, and then it's going to go back and forth here. So let me see. So July 17th until November 4th. So it's going to conjunct 3 times with formal heart. And formal heart also is a creative vision. It is also poetic and divine energy. As I said, the royal star. So Saturn over there could give like a good work ethic. So it could represent like you're going to save your relationship maybe through poets, through write lyrics to your partner, or write a poem to your partner. Or it could be like because of it's a creative vision as well, it could be like you're going to have some kind of creative vision to keep your business and your business partnership. So it's actually going to help you to overcome the difficulties with business partnership. And yes, so that could be that one as well. And but formal heart, yes, it has some kind of negative energy. The sorry side is narcissism and delusion as well. So you have to be careful with that. Like open your eyes and like don't think you can do everything yourself, and don't be narcissist, because of it could actually repel people around you who could have been very important to you. And then let's go and let's talk about Pluto. Pluto, the planet of transformation, the planet of death, sex, pregnancy, abortion, surgeries, mining, other people's money, mortgage, insurance, inheritance. Pluto is Phoenix, afterlife, rebirth, like coming, like being alive from ashes. So that is a very powerful planet. In Capricorn, it was really powerful. It was very, very material. But going to Aquarius actually on March 23rd. And on March 23rd, we are actually, it's gonna go into your 6th house. 6th house is your work, it's your tenant, it's your roommate, it's your dog or small animals. So we always have to be on a lookout when the planets are ingressing a sign or going back and forth on the cusp, right? Because those are 29 degrees, 0 degree, and Pluto going to go back and forth here for a long time. And then eventually on 2024, going to move to your sixth house for 20 years, and it's going to leave 2044. So that is a generational planet. Pluto is going around the zodiacal sign cycle in 248 years, and Saturn is going around the zodiacal sign in 29.5 years. So you have to understand they are staying in a sign like for a long time of period. Pluto doesn't have the usual normal cycle like other planets. It's a dwarf planet, and it is have an oval route. So sometimes it stations 12 years, sometimes 20 in a house. In this case, it's going to station 20 years in Aquarius. And quite frankly, I'm happy about that. And why? Because Aquarius is a humanitarian sign, right? Aquarius is a sign of rebels, and the future oriented, because it's ruled by Uranus and ruled by Saturn. Saturn is really limitation, but Uranus is independence and innovation and invention and artificial intelligence. It's the crown chakra. So Pluto over here could actually help you to open your crown chakra, because sixth house is your health as well. It's your physicality, physical health, not mental. 12th house is your mental, it's your physical health. But in Aquarius, it's help you to open up something. And it could be like you're going to become a visionary. You're going to download information at your work. And that is your work as well. So your work going to go through transformation. By Aquarius actually could represent like you're not going to commute anymore at work. You can work through you can work with artificial intelligence or work through some kind of internet connection. So yes, so it's going to change, or your workspace going to be smart. Everything going to be actually transformed to be a smart office for you. That kind of situation could arise as well for you, or just working from home, but definitely internet-based work for you, Virgos, most likely. Okay. And Pluto is death. Also, Pluto is representing like something doesn't. So my health, maybe it was in jeopardy. And why? Because of Saturn was here for you. So it could have been a really bad 2.5 years health-wise for you. You could have experienced a lot of weight loss, teeth issue, back issues, something with your womb, like, or actually it could be like colon issues, colon cancers and things like that, Saturn in 6. But Pluto is coming into here. It could represent like, all right, I need to go through a total transformation and surgeries. Otherwise, I will be in trouble. So that could be like a total health transformation for you. And, quite frankly, Pluto is surgeries. This is digital. So it will be like a lot of digital artificial intelligence doing surgeries. And you might be the first one who it's going to be, apply on. So you will be like one of the person who wants to get that kind of artificial robotic surgery on yourself. But it is transformation, so it could be really good. And definitely transformation at work, and the way you are looking at work, the way you are relate to work, and the way you are relate to co-workers as well. So it's going through transformation. You're going to be more humanitarian. It's almost like creating a tribe at workplace, or creating a tribe with your roommates. So it could be like, yeah, I buy a land, or I bought a land when Saturn was here, and I actually built a lot of houses on this land, and I'm going to choose my tenants, because six of these tenants, who I want to be surrounded with, but I'm gonna live on that land as well. So My tenants are my actually tribe as well, and we're going to live over there together. So create something very innovative, very new, very futuristic, something. All right, so that is Pluto. Oh, no, Pluto. So it's going back and forth. And so 29 degrees and 0 degrees, that's very karmic when it's ingressing, you know, so it's still going to go between your creativity and your head, so, and work. So definitely, you know, it's going to get emphasized with Pluto, your health and your creativity or your romance. And, you know, as I said, it could be reproductive surgery here. So yeah, definitely it could indicate, and then entering the sixth house, which is health, so surgery again, which could be repeating over and over again until you get the result that you really needed and wanted. And then altar. Altar is a royal, it's not a royal fixed star, it's a fixed star. It has a Martian energy, it's very bold, it's really courageous, it's very energetic, it makes you to want to have a surge. So Pluto, when Pluto gonna go and conjunct with altar in first degree Aquarius, it is going to urge you to change, to do the transformation with your daily routine at work and with your head. So it's a bold energy. All right. And you know, it's also because of retrograding back and forth, it's gonna go retrograde back here. So many, many times it's going to conjunct exact with altar. And then let's talk about Jupiter, guys. So I'm going to go not by days, but by month over here. And I'm going to put Jupiter in your, where is Jupiter? Taurus. Yes, gonna go to Taurus in May 16th and 17th in some places. And it's gonna actually be a resident of your ninth house. Ninth house is Sagittarian house. It's ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter loves to be in the ninth house. It rules foreign matters, diplomacy, it rules religion, higher education, your older siblings, long distance traveling, everything with immigration matters as well. And, you know, like master degrees, doctorates and things like that. So Jupiter over here in Taurus, and you know, Taurus loves money. Taurus loves luxury and comfort. So it could indicate you will have a lot of luxurious traveling, or you will move abroad because of, you know, ninth house is abroad, Jupiter is traveling. So you can make a move and you can move abroad. It could also indicate some kind of justice coming into your life through social, not social, through Jupiter is a social planet, just like Saturn, but through immigration matters. So you're going to have your passport at first time if you are young, or you know, like you're going to do the first foreign travel, go abroad at the first time, or you're going to get your citizenship, green card, something like that. And you see, in May, it's also going to actually conjunct with North Node. North Node is a mathematical point in heaven. It is the point of the moon, and North Node actually is Jupiterian energy, so it's very positive, and it shows where you are heading, your karmic life, but where you are heading. And the South Node actually is always working the nodes in axis, and the South Node is where you are coming from. That's your karma. It's a Saturnian energy. That's just like Saturn, the Lord of Karma, that is also representing your karma. That's actually the tail of the dragon, Ketu, the South Node. And North Node is the head of the dragon where you are heading. So they're gonna conjunct with Jupiter over here. It could be indicating a new education for you. It could be like, I'm going to need my master degrees, I'm going to have a new purpose, and it's either going to take on to a foreign country, or it could be actually a new education for me. Or, you know, I'm going to find some kind of new religion, but I can hold on to a new faith, because ninth house is faith and religion as well. So yes, it could indicate that. And you know, Jupiter is the teacher. So with North Node over here, it could indicate like, I want to teach. This is the time for me to become a teacher. And it is not a preschool teacher, or, you know, like a primary school teacher. It could be something, a professor or a higher education, representing by higher education here. So yes, that could indicate that. And then let's talk about the nodes, guys. I already started to talk about the nodes, The nodes are always appearing in axis. So there is the north node, then is the opposite sign. The southern axis is the south node. South node is, as I said, Saturnian, north node is Jupiterian. So yes, it is not a planet, it is a mathematical point. And then just let me wait for a second because my dog is started to bark. So yes, the nodes are actually related to the eclipses. And that's why I wanted to talk about the nodes a little bit, because on July 17th, the nodes going to move to from Taurus, Scorpio axis to Aries, Libra axis. So let's move forward a little bit by month. And let's see, the nodes are here in Aries and in Libra, and that's going to actually be in your 8th and then your 2nd house. So, you know, it's actually related to the eclipses, and eclipses are dramatic changes in our life. It's always coming in with some kind of life change, and they are urged to take actions, and they many times they shake us in our core. So each year we got about 4 to 8 eclipses. In 2023 we're going to have 4 eclipses, and they always arrive in pairs, as I said, in axes. And you know, there we're going to have a solar and lunar eclipse. And the solar eclipse is when the moon is between actually the sun and the earth, and the lunar eclipse is when the earth is between the sun and the moon. And so, but you have to know the solar eclipses are usually, it is dramatic, it's abruptive change, but it is mostly positive change. So it is bringing in some kind of promotion, some kind of positive outcome. It could be a breakthrough, a marriage, some kind of awards, nomination, graduation. So it's representing your dream come true. So yes, it could represent like I'm going to change my life with that kind of abrupt change that I will have, but because it's through marriage, so my lonely life going to end. Or, you know, like for example, for you guys, North Node going to be in your 8th house, right? 8th house is other people's money and inheritance or mortgage or insurance. It could be the next year and a half you will have some kind of settlement coming through. It could be anything with, you know, like something even with surgery, like malpractice as well, or it could be like inheritance, and you are capable to move on with your life because it's a bigger amount of money. It could indicate insurance. So if you had some kind of devastating issue previously with hurricanes or tsunamis or earthquakes or anything like that, insurance money could come through of that devastation. Okay, and the nodes, as you can see, they are moving clockwise and the planets counterclockwise. So yeah, and the nodes are also going about staying around a year and a half in one sign. So it's about 18 years, 20 years to go around the zodiacal cycle. And the 2nd house is your finance. It is the way you are earning money. That's your values. That's your wallet. So, and it's also, you know, ruled by Taurus. So you rules your gardens, your taste. So, you know, you might even going to, and your teeth, your lower jaw. So you might going to lose a teeth, or you might going to give up gardening, or you might going to, because that's the tale, but you have to shut up, give up a certain income opportunity because it's not giving you enough money, or you're just giving it up because you came to a big settlement here, and why would you work? Right now you can do whatever you want to because of, you know, you don't need to work hard anymore in life. But it also could, like, your taste is changing. So, or, you know, South Node is losing something. So it could represent like, all right, I'm going to have some kind of issue actually with my taste bud. So yeah, and let's see when is the eclipse. Is the first eclipse actually going to be April 20th, and it's going to be April 20th in Aries. Okay, so let's see by weeks here. So a little bit go closer at least to the eclipse 22. Okay, so it's going to actually be in Aries 29 degrees. So I'm gonna go back to present for you the exact. Okay, 29 Aries. Here is the eclipse, and it's going to be a total solar eclipse. Why? Because the moon and the sun, that's a new moon. Solar eclipse is new moon. It's going to be in your eighth house of surgeries, taboos, other people's money, banking. So you're going to relate to banking in a different way. You're going to actually have some kind of settlement. As I said, 29 degrees is really, really a critical degree. And this is very karmic. It's really magnified, especially in your eighth house. So it could like, I lost someone. It could be like losing someone and getting an inheritance, or actually you lost the person previously. The inheritance is coming in right now. And then on May 5th, we're going to have a total lunar eclipse, and it's going to be in Scorpio, guys. So let's go 1 month, and then it's May 5th. So I'm going to go back by weeks, and then okay, May 5th. Let's see that. Okay, Scorpio, and it's going to be 14 degrees. Where are you? Here. So it's going to be in 14 degrees Scorpio. That's your third house of traveling, siblings, younger siblings, neighbors, friends. So actually exit out a sibling or a neighbor or a friend. It could be like you're going to lose contact with the person, you're not gonna talk anymore. It could be that to me, or it could indicate actually a death, unfortunately, in within your friendship or in your neighborhood, or a sibling as well. It could indicate that well. Third house is communication as well. Third house is selling. Third house is like um, your neighborhood. So you might going to just like, okay, this neighborhood is not where I belong from, and I just make a decision right now. I want to move from here. I want to move away from this neighborhood. Yeah, but that is detoxification. Scorpio, definitely, it's like letting go of something what we don't need. And a solar lunar eclipse anyway, it's completion and ending, and insert house matter. So it could be like you are ending an education, like you couldn't do the test. It's not a higher education, it's something with ending an education. Or actually it is like it could be third house also could represent child, not just fifth house, because Mercury. And so it could be like the school doesn't serve my child's need anymore, and I have to change the school for my child. Yeah, and then we're going to see October 14th, we're going to have an annual solar eclipse, and it's going to be actually in Libra. So that's October, and it's going to be 14th. So let's go by weeks. So 14th. Okay, close enough on the 12th. So it's going to be October 14th, Libra 28 degrees. So it's going to be here, okay, for you. And that is going to be a new moon again, because solar eclipse. So by that time, moon gonna conjunct with sun over here in your second house, the way you are making money. So don't forget, in April, you ended an income, you ended something, the way you earn money right now. It could be a new income coming into your a new opportunity to make money coming into your way. Or it could be like, I sold the land and I gave up gardening, but right now I'm going back to it. And maybe simple as it is, in April, you don't garden anymore because you live in a tropical arrangement and, you know, like tomatoes or whatever not growing. And in October, you can start to grow your garden again for half a year, because usually the eclipses are affecting us for half year, sometimes even up to 18 months. So that's crazy. Yeah, but at least half a year. So it could be simple as it is, because you are living in a tropical, you know, place. And then I know in Florida, for example, that's definitely what it is. We cannot have tomatoes during those months, so we can return in October to garden. And then let's see the partial lunar eclipse, October 28th. And then it's going to be actually in Taurus. So Taurus, where is Taurus for you guys? Taurus actually is in your 9th house, and the eclipse going to be here. So the eclipse is when actually the lunar eclipse is the full moon, right? And then let me go 2 days further. So that's the 28th. Yes, here, you see? And it's going to happen actually 5 degrees, not 2 degrees. And it's when the moon and the sun is opposing each other to heaven. That's affecting your 3rd house and your 9th house. It could indicate like, I don't want to have long distance traveling. I want right now to give that up, that opportunity. And I read, or I don't want to go long time to travel anymore. For example, it could be like we always traveled 6 weeks or 4 weeks previously, but right now I have enough from that. I need my home, and I only going to go short distance traveling, which means like I'm gonna travel a lot, but I'm gonna go for example, only for a week every single time, and I rather to go more often than for a longer period of time. So it could indicate that. But, you know, that is going to emphasize, the sun is going to emphasize your neighborhood, it's going to emphasize your sales, because it's with Mercury. You know, Mercury is the beam of the sun, it's the heart of the sun. So it's not really seen over here. So your communication, you might not been heard. And why? Because Scorpionic energy, because of obsessive or partner, it could be, or your friends are very obsessive or very controller, Scorpio, and that's why they don't hear you whatever you want to say. It could indicate that one as well. Okay, guys, so I think that's what no, actually, you know what I wanted to say, because of the nodes, we're going to have the node, actually the south node going on Spica, 23 degrees Libra, we have Spica. That's a royal star also, and it's gonna conjunct with Spica. And Spica actually is intelligent and integrity and you know, values intelligent and value skills. And in the 2nd house, actually, there is the values as well for you. It could indicate like you will have to give up some kind of skills and start something new, because the old skills doesn't serve you anymore. So you need to study again. You need to go and finish some kind of studying, because you need some kind of new life skills maybe to survive, yeah, even that as well. Or you need new skills in your partnership. Libra is your partner, and you know, maybe the way you two related with money, it could be like not very beneficial between you two. So you need to find a new way to relate to money and your partner here. All right, Virgos, let's see. So, oh yeah, let's talk about a little bit about the new Chinese year, and that's going to be January 22nd, and it's going to be actually rabbit when the new year starts in 2023, and it's going to be till 2024 February 4th. So, you know, in my detailed videos, you will get remedies for the flying stars, also for the rabbit new years. But what I have to mention, rabbit is the Western Pisces, okay? Chinese rabbit is the Western Pisces. So it rules the 12th house, it rules, and actually it's opposition for you Virgos. So it could indicate some kind of difficulties unless you are rabbit, pig, dog, or a goat. So then the difficulties is not going to be that malefic or like harsh on you. But if you are a rat, a snake, or a rat, a snake, then it could be actually difficult for you. But we can talk about that later. Okay, if you liked my forecast, then please subscribe, share it with others, let them know about me so I can help more people. And, this is, even if you get challenges, I give you a snow gear in a snowstorm. Don't be afraid. And, I always have to mention, don't focus on the brokenness of the world because it is broken. Co-create together something beautiful. We're born for a reason. We're born to rebuild something over here. So don't be scared, and meditate. Try to, Saturn in Pisces could emphasize some kind of spiritual movement could be denied from us, but also it could indicate rebuild, restructure the way we are belonging from spirituality as well. So, there is both, as above, so below. All right, Virgos. So subscribe, share my channel, please, and comment because of the algorithm going to find me and I can make more videos for you. And then if you would like to purchase the detailed one, contact with me. My website is www.urbanwitch.org. See you in November. Have a safe and amazing 2023. Bye.